The area of LVV belongs to the Ministry of Public Health and Environment, and part of it is mainly used for agricultural purposes. The area of LVV is connected to the sewage wastewater treatment plant on the Sierra. Treated water from the plant transfers to basins and ponds on the LVV premises. This provides permanent freshwater areas at LVV that attracts many species of water birds, especially ducks, coots, egrets, and herons.
Today is Global Big Day, the 13th of May. It's held every year, and the idea is that around the world people will count as many birds as possible in that one day. There's 17 cormorants on the tree all the way in the back there.
The Neotropic cormorant, originally a regular visitor from South America, is nowadays a non-breeding resident on Curacao. It is a relatively large but slender all-black bird with a long neck, a characteristic orange hooked bill, and a rather large wedge-shaped tail. The cormorant surface dives for fish, using its feet for propulsion, and can remain submerged for a considerable time. Cormorants like perching among mangroves or any other object sticking out of the water. You can regularly spot them resting with their wings extended, either to dry their feathers or just to warm up in the sun after a long dive underwater.
Black-crowned night heron. Maar dit is een juvenile.
As the name implies, this heron is usually active at night. During the day it roosts, and therefore can be harder to spot. It has a hunchbacked appearance as it always withdraws its neck, keeping its head almost between the wings. Black-crowned refers to the fact that in adult plumage, it has a significant black area that goes from the back to its crown. The wings are light gray with a white underpart. It has characteristic red eyes. Formerly, this bird was a visitor from northern South America, but has become a more permanent breeding resident since the establishment of permanent freshwater basins on the island.
Those are least grebes. The small ones, you see? The tiny small divers. Nowadays they breed here. Grebes are a group of birds which they're recognizable as compared to ducks. They're much deeper in the water. They can dive quite a bit. Grebes as a group are related mostly to the flamingos, but okay, that's genetically.
The least grebe and the pied-billed grebe look very much alike. They both are very small, roundish birds with no visible tail. The pied-billed grebe is only slightly larger and more robust than the least grebe. The most visible difference between the two is the conspicuous yellow-orange eyes of the least grebe. The pied-billed grebe's eyes are dark brown. Another distinction is that the least grebe has a thin, pointed black bill with a white tip, whereas the pied-billed grebe has a thick, chicken-like, white-grayish bill with a broad black band near the tip during its breeding season. Both birds feed underwater on insects or their larvae, small fish, and crustaceans. Compared to the least grebe, the pied-billed grebe needs more space in water. The pied-billed grebe is very awkward on land, and that is why it almost never leaves the water.
They keep the babies on their back.
On the back.
As long as the babies are not big enough to swim themselves.
Even the chicks of both birds look very much alike. They both have striped heads, but the least grebe chick has more white stripes on the side of its head and white dots on the top of the head. The pied-billed grebe chick only has brown stripes on its white cheeks while its head is brownish.
Er is volgens mij ook een koereiger, toch? Daarachter?
Ja, daarbovenop.
Ja. En dan heb je twee witte reigers daar beneden.
4 different types of egrets can be spotted on Curacao. All egrets are white, so the distinction between the 4 species must be found in other characteristics. The cattle egret is the smaller one of the egrets, mainly because it moves in a hunched position with its neck withdrawn. It is completely white with a rather stout yellow bill, yellow eyes, and greenish yellow legs. The snowy egret is the most numerous of the white egrets. It has a yellow facial skin before the eye. The whole bill is black. The legs are also black with contrasting yellow feet, and hence its popular name, Lady with the Golden Slippers. It is a breeding bird and may be joined by birds from North America during migration and winter. The great egret is the largest of the egrets. Its yellow bill and black legs and feet also distinguish it from the other egrets. The fourth egret is the reddish egret. This egret is easily distinguishable from the other egrets because it's a gray slate color, a reddish head and neck, and gray-bluish feet. The bill is pinkish at the base and black at the tip. This egret also exists in a completely white morph. A fun fact of the reddish egret is that it sometimes spreads its wings while hunting, forming an umbrella of shade to attract fish, which can become a funny hunting dance. To visit this area, contact Carmabi so that permission can be asked to enter the LVV area under guidance.